Right here is going to go grab the basket. We're going to start off with a little drawing and I'm putting your business cards in. And I just want to thank you all for coming. And thank you, Jim, for that introduction. He came and said, I'm introducing you. And I'm like, that poor guy doesn't even know me. You know? Oh, look at this. But he said, good thing I can read.
Just move your computer around. Just move them out. There you go.
Okay. So this kid's not falling asleep. We're starting a little late, but we get to go. We're going to go through it. So we're going to relax. If you guys know me, I am not a relaxer. But I am going to relax. I'm going to take it nice and easy, and we're going to do this together. Okay. So Jim, we'll pick a name. Come on up, Jim. Yes, we're doing it right now.
Joe Porter.
No, Joe Porter, come on up. No. Okay, Sonia, take a good look at Miss Joe Porter and give her her present. Okay, so what she's getting, and this is when I ask you questions, this is going to be my bribery so that you guys will do this with me. Hold on one second. So we've been keeping this poor computer up for a while, and now it's not working. And,
Just push it a little. It should, yeah. Might just be asleep on your...
It's like a TV just kicked it.
what? This is like the TV just kick it. Okay, so Joe, will you open that up and show them what that is? Sonia, will you tell me?
We can just need to...
So it says, be bold, be awesome, be you. Okay? So the reason I did that is because that's kind of my brand. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is in our business, you know, sometimes we feel like we need every single person that's out there that might be wanting to buy or sell a house, you know, that could possibly want to be with us or be selling, and we want to grab that. And what I'm going to tell you is, depending on where you are in your profession, you have the ability to create the profession. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to define, we're going to talk about who's your avatar. I just heard this a couple of weeks ago, where they said, come on in. So they said, who, like in your mind, you want to be able to absolutely define who it is that's your perfect client. Who is it that you want to be with? And the more that you can define exactly who that avatar is, we're going to call that person our avatar, that's how you want to create your business decisions. Okay? So, and I'll talk about that a little bit further also. Tools, blueprint to create and support your Webutation. So what I mean by that is what kinds of things do we need to do in order to get ourselves on that path. And so we'll include in that Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, and some of the new kids on the block, Periscope, Instagram, and Snapchat. Okay? Sound like a plan? Yep. All right. So why do we need this? All right? ZMOT stands for the zero moment of truth. And what that means is that we no longer have the ability to make a first impression on people. By the time they've met us, they've Googled us, they've gone to our Facebook page, they've researched us, just like our houses that we're selling. They find out everything there is to find out about us. And then they make a decision on what they're going to do. Okay, so this is why we need to do this. You know, was it just the panel that was just going on? No. Okay. So one of the people on the panel was in my leadership academy, Sarah Gustafson, and she said, I'm a professional. I really don't want to do Facebook. She's going to come and tell you this. And I said, you have to. People have to know you. You know, and one of the things is that we communicate with people on so many different ways. Verbally, you know, what we say to them, right? Who knows how much percentage of what we say to people is our communication to them? Anybody want to guess?
30%.
30%, get that in a t-shirt. It's actually closer to 5 or 10%. So our words, God bless you.
Thank you.
Our words, this gentleman right here. You should love it. So our words are like 5 to 10%.
You're going to have to take it from my lifeless instant.
Our nonverbal communication is about 70 or 80% of what we're saying, okay? So just think about that. Like, people say that to me all the time. They're like, you may be saying something, but your face is saying something else, you know? And so just think about that, your body language. And we're not talking about that today, I just want you to know it. Online, okay, again, people are starting online now, all right? You've lost that chance to like wow them. and then the new touch. Okay, so as we get more things online, it changes the way that when we actually have the opportunity to touch them, we want to make sure that we maximize all of the tools that go into it. Okay, and then it's just that's what you do. So speak so loudly I cannot hear what you're saying. Okay, so again, why do we do this? And Ashton talked about this: the know you, like you, trust you, buy from you, and refer you cycle. And the reason I say this is because a lot of times people will say, even in this room, why do I need to have my stuff online? They'll like me fine or whatever. It's if they know you and if they have that warm feelings for you, your chance of closing them is 80%. And then if it's a cold lead, it's like 20%. Okay, so I feel like my most valuable commodity is time. I don't have 80% of the time to make 20% of the business. Okay, I have like 20% of my time to make 80% of my business. So it's important that we have this establishment. Okay. Okay, so empowerment and command. What I'm talking about here is that you are your own business. Okay, so how many people work for like a big chain or kind of thing like that? Okay, so a lot of times, a lot of your branding is woven in through theirs, and a lot of times you pick where you go because of their training and what they offer you. I'm here to tell you that your business is completely 100% your responsibility. Okay, and so what you create and who you become is all on you. Okay, I think that we have the best profession in the world because I think that, as Ashton said, anybody can be successful at it, depending on no matter who you are, what you look like, any of those kind of things. How smart you are, whatever. You do your skills, you do your job, and you can be successful. I say we're the ones who set the guidelines. We're the ones who put our top on, right? And so anyway, so we're talking about branding. Does anybody want to give me their definition of a brand or what branding means? Okay, I guess t-shirts don't really brag well enough. Okay.
When you see it, it makes you feel something.
Branding is an extension of you. Okay? So when you're saying something, it's what you identify with. Your brand should be, when someone is yes, throw her what? It should be something that's about you, what you like to do. Now, let's give an example of, okay, the throwing, it's not her brand. So we had someone who did this whole senior thing, and she called herself Bold Oldies, and she was going to this, she was going to brand herself as this the senior person because she loved being the seniors, and she just loved that whole thing. So that kind of became her brand. I'm going to use me for an example. We live by the waterfront, and there's a lot of beautiful homes, and the houses are like $1 million. I grew up in a house with about 1 million brothers, and we were poor. We had no doorknobs. We all shared one pillow. When I go to these houses, I don't know what anything is. I get paralyzed. I'm like, okay, dental molding. What the hell's that? And I'm like, oh, that's nice. So that's not my brand. I'm not comfortable there. That's not my hood. So I want to make sure. And I'm just saying this because whoever you are, whatever you are, is enough. Okay, be you. And this just says that you start trying to figure out your brand. And I start with new people that are like, oh, I don't have anything. I'm like, well, what did you like to do between the ages of 5 to 15? Did you like to ride horses? Maybe you want to go into the equine because you learned a lot of things about that while you did that passion. Was it that, whatever, you figure it out from there. And then, again, the second thing is who's your avatar, right? So I'll just tell you a little story. You guys all know Linda Cody, right? Teacher. Okay, so Linda and I do some cross education together. And so we were talking about the avatar, and I was explaining to her, this is like a newer way of describing it to me. And so I said, well, what's your avatar? And she wrote down her avatar, and I wrote down my avatar, right? And our avatar are you guys, training and educating and increasing the level of professionalism of realtors and realtor professionals. So we both were like, hey, my God, we have the same avatar, And so I'm like, well, what color is your avatar here? So anyway, so the thing is think about who your client is that you want to be with. Personally, and again, I don't know how many of you do Zillow. I've never done Zillow because I don't want to be with a stranger. My avatar is not meeting somebody at a place, at a whatever they pulled up, never met them before, some guy that's gonna jerk me around because he's talked to 5 other realtors and he's gonna weigh us all against each other. That's not my avatar. I don't even go there. Don't you even go there either? Okay. So what is your brand? Your brand is an extension of you. I started fading over here. It's my little computer right there. Okay, and it should be natural and not forced. All right, and the last thing on that is do what you love. Right? We have this one life. And I think Ashton again talked about this. So do what you love. Who do you want to be with? You guys today have the opportunity to create what it is you want to do. And go after those people. I believe that he said you know everybody that you're going to work with. I think that you already know 80% of the people you're going to work with. For me, it was friends and family. And you want to know why? It was because I could have a screaming kid in the background. They would understand. Now it's because I just only want to spend my time with them. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend my time with someone I don't know. That's me. Okay, so how do you start on this? Yes. Give him a t-shirt. He's got a
If
question.
someone calls you and tells you, I'm shopping around 5 different places, you just say,
I say, you jackhole. That's a really good question, because it's like, how do you actually turn around?
Start it off.
How do you actually turn away a lead that you don't really want? Because it could be a great lead. And one of the things that I do is I throw it out. I just say, listen, I'm going to match you. What? Yeah. Yeah, somebody just got to leave from me. So I refer it out because it's funny. Lee Thomas says, have 2 referral people. One that you send the people that you like to, that they're your overflow, and the other is send the referrals to the people you don't like to. I'm not saying do that, but I would refer it out. Because again, your time is your most important commodity.
Watch yourself. She's trying to kill us.
Okay, go ahead. So 20%, if 20% chance of him closing that, whereas if he got up on that phone and he started calling back his past clients and he's got an 80% chance of closing that, what should he be doing with his time? He should refer that bad boy out, if he can. Again, new people say to me, I got all the time in the world. You give me whatever you want, no matter how useless it is. And I'm like, but you're going to hate your job. All right, so one of the first things you're going to want to do is assess where you are at as far as your brand goes. Okay, so this right here is, how many people have Googled themselves? Right? That's why I go by Lanagan MacGregor, because Kate MacGregor, she's a professional Olympic sailor. She got all the juice. So anyways, Google yourself. Google your brand and your keyword. Okay? But he said, copy. If there's somebody out there that's your keyword, and they're killing it in another state, guess what? They're not going to mind if you use some of their ideas or their language or what they're doing, their path, right? Google who you want to be and Google your competitors. Again, my personal belief is there is no such thing as competition. People choose you because they want you, okay? You don't, you fit them, okay? You don't win competitions. If you have to win a listing by being somebody you're not, guess what? You're going to be miserable during that listing. And again, there might be some in the background going, okay, so she doesn't take leads, she doesn't try to win, how busy is she? Not very, no, just kidding. Okay, so set up a Google alert yourself. So a Google alert is something that you can set up right on Google, and you go in it, and every time that you show up anywhere, you get an alert about it. And you can Google your town, if you're a community expert, which you should be, you want to Google that. So I get a bunch of Google alerts that go through that just let me know what's out there, okay? And then what if you see something bad? I'm only going to talk about this for a second, but a reformed review or referral is 10 times, not referral, 10 review is 10 times better than a good one, right? My husband, right, 500 5 stars, 2 stars. Which ones do you think he reads? The 2s. And guess which ones he believes? The 2s, right? So if you have a bad review or somebody that you had a disagreement with, if you reform yourself, there's an opportunity there to reform yourself. Just say, hey, listen, one of them was like a bakery that we were working with, in a record company. They said that they didn't have gluten-free products. And she's like, we have a whole entire thing of gluten. This bad review stayed there for 3 years. And I said, let's get rid of this. So she went back, I'm so sorry, where the gluten-free was, but because of you, we have a bigger sign, blah, blah, blah. So she made this guy feel like $1 million for leaving that bad review. So that's, okay, don't you go anywhere. Okay, so that's where you're at. That's your starting point. You Google yourself, you see what's out there, you see what there is about you. Okay, now for those of you who have been experienced and have been doing this a while, if there's an opportunity that you want to tweak where you're going, I always call it doing it like the trim tab on the boat. Like just do a little bit of tweaking and you can change your path a little bit. You know, just try to weave it in. You don't have to like, you know, one day be this and then the next day completely do this. Just start tweaking it. Just start weaving it in. Some of the things we're going to talk about is actually how you're going to do that, okay? And CORE stands for create once, reproduce everywhere. So that's the other thing people say to me is, I can't brand myself because I would spend hours trying to get all this stuff done. And I'm like, well, create it once and reproduce it everywhere. I use Google as a home base. Now, your companies that you have, those bigger companies, they may have something that you can use instead of that. You can certainly use it. You can use whatever you want. You know, it doesn't really matter. I use Google because of the weaving in of products that they have and the resources and the shareability, okay? So you create what it is that you're going to do, and you also have a Google Drive as your database. That's what I'm suggesting if you have nothing, okay? If you have something, then just... Okay, so this is a little tip that we have for you today is we'll help you, right? So go to www.whatsmyreputation.com. Right, we do this for a job. We go around and we help people with their branding and their reputations. So if you want to find out what yours is, this says download it like on your smartphone right now, do it right now, but don't do it right now. Pay attention to me. Do that shit later. But anyways, so whatsmyreputation.com. Okay. I'm sorry, if you put your business cards in, we will send a follow-up to you. So you don't have to like take pictures and do all this. I'm going to send you, if you put it in there, I'm going to send you the presentation. I'm going to send you whatsmyreputation.com. If you want to like reach out to me, my cards are back there. Like if you leave here and you're like, I can't wait. I want to know now. Send it to me because like when I'm listening to other people later, I'll do it. But so anyway, what we looking for? I'm kidding, Jeff, kidding. Jeff is going on later. So anyway, so create once, reproduce everywhere. What we're going to look for is what your brand definition is. Do I know who you are by what you have out there? Like, do I know what you're trying to say to people? Because when I'm looking for my fit, you know, like, and this sounds ridiculous, okay? And I'm going to share with you, like, all right, so I do these workouts in the morning. And I thought when I said I was going to do it, which was a year ago, and it's a long story, but anyways, I don't know if you noticed, I'm not like a size 4, you know? And so I'm like, oh my God, I will shame myself into getting in shape in order to do these workouts, which I didn't. But all of a sudden, so I go on, and all of a sudden this branding goes out about this person who's my size, who's like a regular woman, doing these workouts every morning, you know? And all of a sudden I get like a slew of followers of like, LanaganInCharge.com, and you know, all these people. But because of it, I didn't know that that's what I want to be branded as, so I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. But that's what it is, like people were just trying to figure it out, you know? So make sure, so your brand definition, inconsistencies. Okay, so like, are you like totally professional and like in this on one thing, and then the next thing is you like chugging a beer at a party on the other? Like what is your consistency level? And again, for men, it's hard because you don't want to do this stuff. I know you don't. You do not want to do it. But guess what? If you want business, and if you want to compete against the people doing it, you're going to want to have yourself out there. And social proof. Social proof means like, okay, so we find who you are, and we find what you're talking about. So what do you have out there? Do you have reviews? Right? Do you have followers? How many, like again, it's not about anything, but how many friends do you have? How many people follow you? Like how many, like where's your social proof? You know? So anyways, it's a good thing to consider. What's my reputation? These are some of the things that we'll check for you. I'm not going to read them all in the spirit of starting 20 minutes late. I'm just going to say there's a ton of things that, and this slide to people who are doing nothing is overwhelming. They're like, you have got to be kidding me. You want me to do all of those things? I'm like, create once, reproduce everything, not a big deal. You know, but this is where people are looking. Now, if you don't have your own website, okay? Now, I have to say that we do websites, but this is a better deal, the .realtor domain. So what this is, it's free to you. And so I was doing this when I was getting ready to do this at one of the other associations. I'm like, what if the Realtor is available? Right? Because I wanted to see what you guys would go through if you don't have a website. Realtor is available. I bought it. And so it gave me options. I could do a website for $5 a month that had a search mechanism. So you could send anybody to your website for $5 a month. It's not a very special website, but it's something, right? And it's getting you out there. And then it's responsive to the blog. So that's a start. That's dipping your toe in the water for a very small investment. And the reason why Playstir can do this is because they have an agreement with NAR, okay? So that's a place to start for your website. I always say your website should be your hub. Quite frankly, I don't think too many people go to websites, but it's where you can send it to everywhere else and only have to do it once, okay? And it gives you street cred. Online marketing. Okay, so what do you use your website for? Again, content marketing, be a community expert. Again, whatever your niche is, be that expert. If you're the wine tasting guy, have your wine stuff there. If you are like a school committee or a coach or whatever the things are that you do, be the expert at it. We have in our area, we put up tide charts, fireworks, all that kind of crap. Anyways, my thing to you is when you go on Facebook or when you go on these things, run it like a business. This is reputation marketing. So your goal is to market yourself. It doesn't mean be disingenuous and fake. It means be real, but do it with a system. So that when you're done, you are crafting your message and your delivery to the people. And so I do 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. I do the 5-5-5, right? So I like 5 things, I comment on 5 things, and I share 5 things. Okay, so I'm using it as a tool for my marketing. And then I get the hell off, because otherwise 2 hours go by and I'm still there. And again, some of the things I look for, my keywords, and also how to get Google juice. I'm just going to talk about this quickly. Is Facebook and Google don't really talk to each other. Okay, so like if you're just using Facebook as your tool, and your goal is to get from page 1 of Google, you got a little challenge there, right? If that's your only thing you're doing. Now, tons of people go to Facebook, so you'll get the eyeballs, but you won't get the Google juice. So that's why you want to have that website that will push things out, everything. And I'm getting ahead of myself on my slides, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, these next few slides, I'm just going to talk to you about them, but we're not going to really need them, okay? Every single online marketing thing has a different size image and different rules. So what this does is these are cheat sheets, okay? And they're all different sizes, because what will happen is, and I have spent days trying to freaking get like this image I want, like to fit all these things, and it comes up and it's all like one letter, and so this just gives you a cheat sheet. And again, you can work with a lot of different people who can make them all the different dimensions that you need, okay? Again, that create once, reproduce everywhere. And this is the dimensions. Now this I just want to point out about Facebook. So I just said to you, why would you do Facebook? Do you like this for your life? Someday be as awesome as you pretend it is on Facebook. So, and then on the side, this is actually, I wanted to show you like the power of Facebook. So, and again, I don't know if any of you guys are coming to my gratitude meeting later. We're going to talk about the power of cards. And I know everyone's saying it today, so I'm like nothing new about it. So I have the pleasure of working with me on a regular basis. I have the pleasure of working with them, that's sincerely. Anyways, why Facebook? I just talked to you about how Google doesn't like Facebook. So Ron Phipps, and again, this is the day before I was doing a presentation for this group. He said, he did this like beautiful, he's like the past NAR president, did this beautiful video of his family company, blah, blah, blah. Spent days doing it, tons of money. He puts it on YouTube and it got 100 hits. He posted that same video to Facebook and it got 300,000, 30,000 plus hits. So, people, like the eyes that see it and the influence on people is significant on Facebook. So I'm saying, so do that, but then do the stuff with a couple more clicks that Google likes. Okay, so this is me, and this is a new feature on Facebook. Again, I'm talking about reputation marketing, and I'm talking about that new touch, about how you feel that we're connecting. And they have this thing where you sing happy birthday to them. All right, so when someone comes up and it says, Jude has a birthday today, I get my little face out, and I get my phone up, and I sing happy birthday to him. Right? Now, I sing like shit. It's only 12 seconds long. It's 12 seconds long, 12 to 14 seconds long. And I send it, right? So my kids go, Mom, how would you ever put yourself on Facebook? You look like an idiot. I'm like, I am an idiot, right? That's my brand. So anyways, but it's just like people who get them love them, And it's fun. Like, who can't laugh at themselves? If you can't laugh at yourselves, then you're gonna, I feel, have a pretty miserable existence. Especially in this hard, stressful job that we have. So let's have some fun, I think for one of I always do well, I'm not gonna tell you that story. Not fun. And then by streaming. So people want to see who you are. Again, where's your avatar? So back to my Be Awesome workout. I did it on Periscope when Periscope started until about 2 weeks ago when Facebook came out with live streaming. And I'm like, All right, so I've got about 100 followers on Periscope, and I've got 2,000 followers on Facebook. So where's my avatar? My avatar's on Facebook. Now you have to join my group. You guys can not go see my workout, just saying. Okay, you have to be special. You have to ask me to be in the group. Okay, because it's 6 a.m. in the morning. All right? So, anyways, so the replays or whatever. So this is just part of my brand. But my avatar's on Facebook, so I'm making the jump to Facebook. I feel a little bad for Periscope. They're going to miss me. But the 2 people that would watch it on Periscope. Okay, Twitter. Twitter and Periscope are together. Periscope is kind of like trying to grab their thing. They now have it so that you can... Does anybody get Periscope? Yeah, so now they have it so you can write things on it, and you can type on it, and you can do some things on it. So they're trying to make it a little bit more like a better Snapchat kind of thing. But they're trying to capture that same audience. And your Periscopes go right to Twitter. So again, how do you get on Twitter without having to like really go on Twitter? Everything can get fed to Twitter. You know, and Twitter's a great place to be. I'm not saying don't go there, but how do you do everything, right? You can't be awesome at everything. Just know that. So, Google Plus. All right, so Google Plus is that one little extra click on your website when you share it with there, and you say, no one's going to see it on Google Plus. But guess who sees it on Google Plus? Google sees it on Google Plus. And guess what Google does? They index you. So guess who gets found under real estate agents in Chelmsford, Mass? Whoever's wasting their time on Google Plus is going to be found. Okay, Google loves Google products. Google also owns YouTube, right? So when you're doing that video, like when I'm doing these videos, I'm hiring my daughter for the summer to take all my videos and make sure that through YouTube they go up and down so that YouTube indexes them. And this is how immediate it is. I was training on YouTube one day. I had in my hand my phone with my Google alerts on it, right? And I'm like, I was showing how on YouTube you can put like little princess hats on and stuff. So I was going like, here I am on YouTube, right? And all of a sudden my phone starts vibrating. I'm like, oh crap. It had already picked it up and indexed it, and I was already I'm like, shh, this was Tracy. So anyway, so be careful, because it's fast. You know? Anyways, so the other thing is, are you registered on Google as a business? Okay, so now if you're working for another company, everybody in my office is Evil Joy, Realtor Bold Moves, and Bold Moves at it, you know. So when you go to my area and you plug in like you go to the real estate map, all my agents all come up on it because they claim this spot as a business, you know. And again, that's also where you get Google reviews. So Google Plus and your Google Business are where you get Google reviews. Again, Google is going to rank you on your reviews. Again, will eyeballs go there? No, eyeballs will probably be other places, but Google's there. All right, and Google is where people start their search. It's 90% of the time. All right, so we just talked. I think I talked all about that. All right. So why are we obsessed with it? I just told you that. We want that Google juice. Okay, so you want to get your name out there. Your website. That's why you want a website. You want a website so Google can find you. Okay, you want to have it. Google checks all the time. Little crawlers all the time. All right. By the way, if you have something unfortunate happen in your life and Google picks it up, what do you want to do? You want to get a lot more things Google-worthy than bury it, right? So that's called reputation marketing and management also. All right, LinkedIn. Again, LinkedIn is the professionals. That's where a lot of professionals go. That also, I feel, is the best place to have your bio, like to let your bio live, because they have a great way that it's laid out. So I always go back to my LinkedIn bio and share with other things, because I like where they have it. Okay, Snapchat and Instagram. Who does those? All right, awesome. We're going to do Snapchat right now. Okay, let's make a bet. All right, so whoever comes to Bold Day Challenge, my gratitude marketing thing later, right, we're going to see if one of my kids said, seriously, Mom, you Snapchatted or anything? Okay? All right, let's do Snapchat. All right. All right, you know what? I can't Snapchat. I want to know why. I said my phone died over the weekend, and I had to put Snapchat back on it. I had to get a new phone. That's a whole nother story. You can read about it. You can see that on my live streaming on my Facebook page. That one you can see. Anyways, so we're going to talk about some of the free things that you can do to maximize it. These are all some stuff, but there's other stuff that, you know, we should be taking advantage of. MLS PIN. Do you guys share your listings onto your social sites? See those little 3 boxes? Okay, those mean that you have not shared it yet. If you see those little faces there, like those little icons, that means that you have not yet shared it. Google picked up, I was on page 1 of Google for one day, at the very top, and it was because it picked up my MLS PIN stuff, okay? So share your listings there, your open houses there. Now, do you guys think that people are gonna get sick of you on Facebook with all your listings, and they're gonna be like, she's gonna move to Facebook. So make a business page and share them on your business page, okay? Because that's appropriate, all right? And then you can share some of them with, you know, your personal page and get it out there, because that's really what people are looking. Question for you, do you guys share other people's listings? So cool. So we should be amplifiers for each other. You know, I love going on and sharing stuff like in New Hampshire. I think Anthony Lamaki had New Hampshire one up the other day and shared it. You know, ones from over here. Like, I throw them up there, and it's like, because you never know, right? So, anyways, MLS pin. Right at the bottom there is Real Satisfied. How many people have done the Real Satisfied bios and stuff? Okay. I feel like we should give t-shirts to all those people, but maybe we should just, what is it? So, Real Satisfied, very cool. Real Satisfied also has ways of, you know, looks really good, gets the reviews for you, lets you use that create once, reproduce everywhere really well. But here's another thing. Playster just bought, they merged, I don't know who bought who, but Playster, that little website company I told you about before, which is not a little website company, it's a mega.
Playster block.
Playster bought, thank you, Jeff told me. Playster bought Real Satisfied. So now they're going to be doing some really cool weaving and things, I'm sure. Okay, so these are some things to watch. Now, so Playster is giving you something for $5. Real Satisfied is giving you something for free, right? You're going to create once and reproduce everywhere. So once you've set these things up, it's not such a big deal. Yes?
Isn't Real Satisfied charge after a certain
Yes,
amount?
they do.
They do. Yeah, they do.
First 5, they do.
They do, yes. But they charge like $20 a year. So, I mean, yes, they do. They do, but it's like less than the amount, it's less than one of my trips to TJ Maxx, you know? That's for sure. I'm gonna sell it.
Free t-shirt.
Yes, t-shirt.
I do. I'll be honest, yeah. So I'm on my way here, right? Linda's expecting me, and I see that there's a like Burlington coat factory when I exit up. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be there in 20 minutes. I gotta make a stop. You know. Anyway, so Realtor.com. Realtor.com is a force to be acknowledged as far as what's going on, and I'm going to tell you why a little bit for me, for my purposes. Oh yeah, I've got 3 minutes. All right, great. Ratings. What? I'm not over time yet. No, she told me I have it well until 1:30. So ratings and rankings and all these kind of things, reviews. So when you go, like this is where like, because I have a little, but not little, but big, but I have a boutique brokerage. And so when Realtor.com comes and they're like, the way that the algorithms are working and who they're ranking and how they're doing it in the areas and who shows up, is I feel like I might get lost. I feel like I might get lost in the shuffle. And I'm a little bit afraid of that. So that's why I want to make sure that I am driving my own bus by my reputation and by what I'm doing on social media, right? But this is, again, they do a lot of free things. This is the social bios page that they have. It takes a couple minutes to set it up, and it looks nice. And they also have down there the reviews come in from Real Satisfied, reviews from your website, and so they put all the things in one place. So Realtor.com is a really good tool, okay? And, all right, so difference between reputation marketing and reputation management. I always think of it as like, I always say I want to drive the bus. You know, reputation management is like being on the bus. Making sure that everything's okay, that there's nothing bad about you out there, checking to make sure you're out there. But marketing means that you are specifically and deliberately, okay? And anyway, so, and I say even more and more people are commenting, liking, and sharing. You need to be there, okay? All right, so these are some of the places that you market, and we just talked about them all. So, as I said, if your card is in there, you will get this presentation, all right? But it just talks about how you get there. Abundance, I talked about this a little bit. Like, there's enough for all of us, right? So let's be ourselves. Let's like love our life. And I'm going to skip through these. This is okay, so gratitude marketing we're going to talk about next. Gratitude marketing is a big piece of this branding and this personalization of yourself. And again, a few people have talked about it. I'm talking about it later. Jeff talks about it. Like everyone talks about it. Again, I use that card because to me, that is like the perfection, one of the perfections in gratitude marketing. One dog sending another dog a card, you know, because you know, dogs are people too, as we always say. All right, so proficiency. How do you get proficient on this? One of the things that our company does is we do a one-day intensive. If you're interested, we'll come in and we'll come to you or you come to us, and we will set up all this crap in that one course of the day. We send you a survey, we figure out what you have, we get you to get the things in place, and we come in and we set these things all up. Okay, I think that is $1,000. We go through the 10 strategies of success. And so there's a team of us that will come and do this for you. Or for you and some friends. Like if you like work with a few coworkers and just get it all in there. You can do this stuff all yourself. Sometimes what happens is you are sitting in front of that computer and you are trying to jam that image into the spot that doesn't fit. And then for like hours, maximum size is this, minimum size is this, can't be square, blah, 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 not that kind, doesn't support pigs, whatever. Like it goes nuts, you know? And so this gets you in that create once, reproduce everywhere so that you have a system in place. And again, this is a fraction of what a transaction would be, a commission. I always talk about follow one post until successful. You can't do everything. You can't do Twitter and Google Plus and everything and give up full vote. So you pick the ones that your avatar is at. My avatar tends to be more on Facebook. So I use, even though I'm not getting the same Google juice, I do get my Google juice by doing my other stuff, my perfunctory stuff. But my messages that you can normally find are normally on Facebook. You know, and I always say I like follow one post until almost successful. And then and again, nimble or fickle. Some people say, well, how do you do all this? And what if I change? And what if I don't like it? Just be nimble. Figure it out, like as you're going along. All right? It's not being fickle. It's being like figuring out what works, figuring out what gets responses. I did as I say, I'm doing those live streamings at 8 a.m. Real Estate Marketing Fusion on Facebook in the morning. And the first day, I just talked about the power of being you. And I said, people don't want perfection. People don't expect. If you wait until you're perfect before you start like springing yourself on people, guess what? You're never going to get there. You know, and people do not mind imperfections, right? People sometimes like the fact that you had fun, you know, or if you're super organized, they like that. They don't like that about me. I'll say that, but whatever. So anyway, you want to make sure that like you're you, right? And you get out there and you do it. So I've been with Linda for 2 days, and I've been making her do them with me, right? And she's been like kicking and screaming, and you guys can go to my Facebook page and you can see it, or you can go to Linda's because I put it on hers too. Kicking and screaming, as I say, but I'm like, Linda, come on, like you're never gonna be perfect. Like let's just get the message out there. You know, let's have fun with this. You know, and the first day I did it was like 2,000 hits. And I'm like, holy crap, I better comb my hair next time, you know? So, serious, I'm not kidding about that. Like, you know, so, but it's like people want to hear these messages. I call them Real Estate Marketing Fusion Minutes. They're about 3 or 4 minutes, really. But they get great success. These are all the places that your actions are. I say, where are you putting your username and passwords? Because, again, back to that thing, nothing is more frustrating than not being able to get on them. But that's a lot of places to be, right? And that's not even everywhere. Okay, so this is where you can find me, okay? This, I don't know, what's this? So I always say, like, I serve, honor, inspire, navigate, and elevate. So I shine. That's my mission. How I do it is by sales, marketing, instruction, leadership, and empowerment. So those are like my branding things, okay? The little sunshine. That's why you have yellow t-shirts, which, by the way, we did I was going to make sure that I paid attention to you all and like threw a lot of them out there. I'm going to give you all a t-shirt, and I have gray for the men is what I figured because I'm a sexist, and yellow for the women. the women's shirts are, I'm sorry, I know, Ray, I know, so disappointed. Okay, the yellow shirts are
See me after class, will you?
I know. I just didn't think most men would wear yellow. But the women's shirts, the yellow shirts are women's shirts. Okay? So that means when you're taking your size out, we can put them right by the door. You guys can grab them on your way out. Does that sound like a good idea that I reach out to you guys through your business cards that you're signing in?
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say to me right now?
Thank you.
Okay,